All right, so I already started this one. I have noticed in general that a break even setup just by itself gives the highest profit, but I've also noticed that you lose a lot of opportunities. For example, this last week, it went and made a 50 pip move up right here, and then it dropped all the way down, and now it's right here. So what happened was all this movement. Well, as an example, all this movement was lost and then went down here, and let's say for grins, it would hit my break even down here, and I lost all this movement. So I'm not liking that. It did it with MACD and it did it with Goldfinch. So I'm gonna go ahead and I already did this, so I went ahead and redid everything because I felt like it did take a week. Yeah, it's a whole lot of time that it took. It took a week of starting it, noticing things that were wrong, restarting it, and all that. So I'm including trailing stop and step. I'm including break even and a stop loss and take profit. Pretty much everything that I can include, I included it. I did not include the Asian session. I've noticed that with most EAs, the Asian session it suffers. So I went ahead and turned that off. And this was another test that I did. I did the trigger minimum time window, maximum time window, so it could work by itself, and a stop loss and a take profit. And I did these 3 sessions, and the highest profitable ones were without the Asian session. The most profitable one was Europe session, and a 50-50 chance on profit for the American session. But almost all the high profit ones, the Asian session was turned off. So I went ahead and turned that off, and then after that, I moved on with my life and finish this other stuff. So now I did do the break evens before. I like the break evens. It gave really high, a pretty good amount of profit ratings, pretty high. But I'm not liking that it goes up. I lose a bunch after it does a break even. It does a 50, 100 pip movement, drops back down, hits a break even, and you lose a good amount of movement. A good amount of profit. So I went ahead and I'm gonna move over to the trailing stop and step. Usually, on average, let's say, these cancel each other out. So if you have a break even, it cancels out the trailing stop. If you have a trailing stop, it cancels out the break even. We're gonna see today if for this particular EA, it they cancel each other out or not, and I'm gonna walk us through that. As you can see, I already went through it all. It started. And I think from now on, that's how I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait for optimization to finish. That way, we don't waste time walking through things. First things first, I'm gonna see if there's any consistencies with the highest profit ones. Highest profit ones start at 5 pips. Actually, I think these are all okay. So right here, it's pretty obvious that this is based on the same, pretty much the same settings. Um, so 5, 20, 13. You can tell this are all based on the same. So the ones doing all the work are these first 3. These are all like the same. Stop loss is 95s. Profit factor is the same. So you can just skip over this right here too. You're going to see a lot of consistency. So you would probably only take 2 of these. One of them for 5.49, another one for 5.25. And you can dismiss the rest. If you're having trouble trying to find a specific one, that's on your own. For example, trailing stop 0, trailing step 40. I'm not really into those. Usually, you want a trailing stop to be higher than the trailing step. So I would probably just cancel this whole entire part out. All this. But as you can see, if one of these are 0, the break even and the safeguard are good. And also the opposite. Let's see if I can find one. Let me see. with 0. And I'm assuming if you find one with, or okay, I see it. So safeguard pips, if this is 0, it turns off everything, I believe. Let me double check, see if I can't find one in 0. I'm pretty sure we'll find it later. So next I'm gonna do a profit factor check. I like putting the highest numbers on top. That's just my way of doing it. And I'm gonna scroll down into the 4s, maybe sometimes even 5s, but right now I'm just gonna go straight to the 4s. Profit factor 4s right here. Okay. Next I'm gonna be looking for to see any number that stands out over here. I'm gonna scroll over here, check the profits. You do want high profit. I'm gonna skip the 3s for now. Anything under 3, any of that, I'm gonna go ahead and just skip that. And I'm seeing a 5, 3 5s. So I'm guessing these are all about the same amount of trades, same profit factors, same expected payoff. So these are all duplicates. And the difference is a safeguard and 0 trailing. So all of these, I'll probably cancel them out. I don't like them. The ones doing most of the work is these take profit and stop loss 30 and 80. Stop loss 80, take profit 30, 80, 30. So the ones doing most of the work is the take profit and stop loss. In this situation, the break even and the trailing stop are doing nothing for us. I'm gonna go ahead and just skip those. Let's see. Next ones will be these 3000s. And yeah, these are duplicates right here. Let me see. Same situation, not same situation. The take profit and the stop loss are doing all of the work at 180. Let me see here. 2040. Oh, the pip trigger is how many pips it moves for the tick chart to finally pretty much turn on the Goldfinch, make a trade. Once it opens up a trigger for that trade to open, it'll have a minimum time window, maximum time window. See this right here, safeguard and pips is 15, but there's no break even. 0 and 1, these are two separate options. The 0 is to set the stop loss half of the break even, and the 1 is to set the stop loss at the break even. So those are the two options: trailing stop 0, trailing stop 5. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss that. I'm not gonna take that into account. Next, let me see. We did dismiss these 3. Let's go up a little higher. Let's see. Let's try this one. No, that's way too many trades. Let me double check. So on this occasion, it might be good, but I just don't like that many trades. 404 trades. Let me see here. Okay, so these two are pretty good. Double check this 26 one. Pip trigger 5. Remember, in the most profitable ones, 5 was a good number. It was the most consistent number. Minimum time window is 12. Maximum time window is 20. That's good. There's some occasions, for example, this one, where the minimum time window is 20, maximum time window is 11. That just doesn't make sense. Minimum needs to be lower, maximum needs to be higher. So this is just basic stuff that you need to look through to make sure that it should be working properly. If it has that kind of inconsistency, just dismiss it. Safeguard and pips, it starts at 20 pips. That's good. I like that, and it will cover the whole thing. trailing stop 15, trailing step 35. I'm gonna just double check. A lot of times people stop loss 100, take profit at 190. Stop loss 100, that might be about 200 bucks around, but a take profit is almost double, and risk percentage 4. Okay, just for the sake of this, I'm gonna go ahead and right click, set input parameters. So the cool thing about this is that you still keep your optimization results. So as long as you don't turn optimization on, you're fine. What I'm gonna do now is I'm not gonna put a use date yet. I want to make sure I have a working set here. I'm gonna go ahead and put start. I think after I already had this running, and I promised one of the my subscribers that I was going to show how to do the take profit and stop loss for the MACD EA. I'm going to do that next, and I'm going to try to do it today. So there's some things you can check while it is running. Some of that is the actual results here, and a lot of times I do catch things. So this was modified twice. So this means that the trailing step is working. Now let's see. Right here, this is it moving the stop loss. The take profit has been staying the same, and it looks like it hit the actual take profit. Yep, it hit the take profit on this one, and you got a 380 take profit. This one, it hit the break even. It moved it twice, and it got a 22. See, I'm not liking a 22 cent. With Oanda, my commissions, they charge my commissions a lot higher than that. At 0.22, they charge me, man, I don't think, well, even then, let me double check. Let's see, this is for EU. Double check how much Oanda charges me while it's running. It charges me $1.80 commission. So that's something I would not like. And that's one of the cool thing about this results. A lot of several stuff you can check. So even if something is going to give you, look, it should be done. It should be done. Yeah, it's done. Okay. So I'm going to look over here at the total net profit. It gave me a $1,000 profit with an initial deposit of $5,000. 3.41 profit factor. That's fine by me. I don't anything between 3, 4, and 5. I'm good with it. Absolute drawdown 15 bucks and 27 total trades. You had a win to loss of 8 to 1. I like that. I don't like too many consecutive losses, and I try to keep it as minimal as possible with as many wins as possible in a row. Let me see here. Consecutive profits, maximal consecutive profits, 820. Maximal consecutive losses, 240. So this was one loss in a row, and it took away my 240. One consecutive wins profit, 820. Profit trade. One of the things you should look for is if it happened during the economy calendar movement. You see a lot of times that it gains a lot of money, and it bases most of its money from that one movement on the economic calendar. What I would do for that is right here, look, between the 13, 14, and 15, made a lot of money, dropped, stayed even, made a lot of money here, and it was a big move here. So I wouldn't really like this shows me that it made a lot of money because of the economic calendar move, and it just so happened that it caught a good movement because of it. You really want to see it more evenly moving up. Otherwise, this right here, this dead space and this dead space, it could go both ways. You could just lose money for no reason. Let me double check here. So that's just a couple things I'm not liking. I'm not liking the break even right here. Break even. I'm losing money there. Take profits are fine. Let me see if there's a loss. I should have one loss somewhere. There it is. This lost. So at this point, I'm just gonna show y'all. You can just move on to another one. Let's say I like Let's say I like. Let me double check. I don't like wasting my time. This one. 4.03, 4, 19, 20. That's a one tick movement. Safeguard and pips 30. It's gonna save it at half. Trailing step 0. Trailing stop 0. Trailing step 40. No, I'm not liking this one. Let me see. Here's another good one. These two are good. This one and this one. 5, 12, 20, 21, 15, 35. Stop loss 100. Man, I really don't like such a big stop loss. As you can see, it was like a 240. Okay. So this one isn't as high of a profit, but I'm going to go ahead and set that for you. Boom. I'm going to go ahead and start it. And like I said, once you have a good optimization on, you can just not mess with it and just test out different ones like this. And double check the graph, the results, the report. There's a lot of things to check, guys. Let's see here. Someone liked my reply. Vinny Lopez. I bought the pro version and got some errors. Emailed to the support team and they didn't know what they meant. Only losses. Other companies give free service to reconfigure the EAs and offer a 60-day money return policy. Nothing here. The set files don't include work. The included don't work, and then they send me an email with the real deal equals premium set files for some money, even though they themselves told me that every pieces are different and react different to different brokers and times for trading. So question mark. They try to promote the CA to clear the cost by means for marketing, or maybe they sent me a beta product. Forex Flex EA has been on market since 2012 and not only 3,000 members. True. And this is for Galileo FX. I'm gonna reply to Vinny later. I always try to reply as fast as possible. Let's see, profit factor 1.78. Just because of that, I'm just gonna move on. So this is just some basic stuff, guys, to be checking. Hopefully this helps some of y'all. Ooh, this looks good on paper, doesn't it? Drawdown 500, profit 4,000. 31 total trades, profit factor 4.16, expected payoff $135 per trade, and a drawdown of 8%. Anything under 20 is good. Alright, let's check this out. Pip triggers 5, okay. And there we go, minimum and maximum time window. 0. Well, it might work. I mean, it just says it has no maximum. So let's see how that works. Safeguards and pips, break even. See right here, this is the second red flag. First red flag is the max time window. Second red flag is 0.40. I'm not gonna go through with it. And this one's basically only doing a stop loss and take profit. I'm gonna go ahead and let you see what I mean. I'm gonna go ahead and start this one, and I'm gonna go to results. So, and I'm thinking it only made like one good trade. Well, 3 good trades. Okay, so right here. It did a sell, it modified it once, and what it modified was the stop loss. It added a stop loss. Okay. And after that, it went ahead and had a profit of $200. And it closed it at the 1.10452 line, which means it just went ahead and took the take profit. It didn't even touch the stop loss. Let's see here. So that was all the work of the take profit. Next one, it did a sell, modified it. Obviously, it added a stop loss, and then it took a profit at 1.09432, which was a straight up take profit. This was another take profit, and right here's a stop loss. All right, a stop loss at negative $104.88. So this was a stop loss. So it never even modified. Well, it did modify. It did a buy and modified it, and then it hit that stop loss. What I'm not understanding. Nope, I do. I understand it. Okay, it buys it without a stop loss, and then it sets the stop loss that is in the. Let me see here. It sets a 45 stop loss. So as you can see, the break even's not working. The trailing stop and step aren't working. It is completely useless. So all the work and all the money generated is being made from the stop loss and the take profit. And this is what I was trying to show you. Take profit, take profit. Here's another stop loss. Let's see. Yep, same thing. This was the initial stop loss. If you see a stop loss with some profit, that would be the break even. But most of these, 109, 141, 141, 141. So it's very clear that all the work is being done by the stop loss and the take profit. None of the work is being done by the break even and the trailing step. Very clear. So these are useless. Useless because trailing stop at 0 is means that it's turned off, and over here the safeguard and pips is maybe too high. I'm not sure because not one of them did. It was taking profit without the safeguard pips, you know, because it's I'm thinking it's too high. I really am, but I'm not gonna look into that. I just know it's not working, and all the work is being done by the stop loss and take profit. And it's very clear right here. If you do have a stop loss and take profit of 45,100, you get 2 stop losses to every 1 take profit. That means that 1 take profit could cover 2 losses, and that's great. That's really good. I always try to make it double the stop loss. So I'm glad with that. If I were to rerun my settings, my optimizer again, I would not include the trailing stop 0. I would try to set it higher because 0 by itself is meaningless, useless. Let me see if I zoom 4.76. See right here is just a lot of redundancies, just over and over and over and over. Maybe this one. Let me check. 5, 16, 20. Good. Nope. 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 We already know that leans a lot on the stop loss and take profit. I want to have the trailing stop and step working at least. All right, let's try this one. In this situation, I don't believe the safeguard and pips is going to be working. We already saw that. Oh man, red flag. Minimum 4, maximum 2. Stop loss and take profit. Let me double check that. So the stop loss and take profit are doing good, and I think that's where it's making most of its money, is in the higher take profit. But just to double check, I'm going to right click and I want to see if the trailing stop and step are working on this one. I'm going to go straight to my results here. So modified it and it hit the stop loss. So it made a stop loss, it hit the stop loss. Modify. So this one right here, you know that this is either the break even or the trailing step. If it's the break even, you're gonna see some movement. So right here it did hit something. So it did a buy. It hit the normal stop loss setting, and this is either a break even or it's a trailing step. And we're gonna see a break even. And actually I think, is it the break even? 2250, 2250. So these are all break evens. If it was a trailing step, you would see at least more movement. I don't know if I'm making myself clear. You would see more than one modify, maybe 3, 4, 5 modifies. And for it to just modify it twice means that the break even is doing the work. Let me double check here. My break even is at 30 and 0. Or maybe it hit the trend. No, it didn't. This would mean that the Once it hits that first trailing stop at 10, it would place a trailing stop at 45, which means that it would be in the negatives. So that's not working for me. I think that is the pips. Another thing you can do is turn it off, turn safeguard and pips on, off, and do them separately. That way you don't have to be guessing which one is taken over. So at this point, I understand a lot of people get a little desperate, and I'll just place total trades, and that way you can just scroll through them, find the fours on profit factor. This one, nope. Let me double check. Actually, I'm gonna go all. Oh, okay, it's backwards. I'm gonna go ahead and start like around 20. Oh, here's a good one. Let's try this one. 8, 9, 6. Nope. Even these sometimes are good, but nope, this one is not. So I'm just going through what I usually go through, and hopefully y'all can take some of this and it opens up a little bit more of y'all's knowledge. Not everybody optimizes the same. 19, 20, 30, 0, 0, and 0. So this one has the trailing stop and step turned off. I'm gonna go ahead and I want to see how that works by itself. I know most of my subscribers are only subscribing for the Galileo FX. I'm not completely against GFX, guys. But I bought GFX. I used GFX. I tried getting as much help from GFX as possible from the support group, and I realized that they have no idea how their product works, how it should work. They don't know how the errors pop up, and I ended up helping a lot of people on GFX. I ended up sharing my screen with them and walked them through everything, and they were taking notes, but in the end I just felt it was a scam. GFX even reached out to me at some point, and okay, here we go. See, nah, this is the break even isn't even working, guys. It might have worked. You want to see two modifiers. One modifier is for the original stop loss. Second modifier would be the break even. And nope, this is just relying heavily on the stop loss and take profit. So this is just a quick run through, guys. I'm not gonna keep going until I find my GFX is. I mean my my PZ Goldfinch Scalper EA is working fine. It's making money. It was just annoying me that it was seeing all this movement, and just for it to end up on the why does it do that? Just for it to end up on the on the break even, it was annoying. You know, MACD did the same thing the other day on me. It did a 100 pip movement, and it just closed it at like 5 pips. So next I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna show people how to set up a good take profit. And for MACD, let's see, 27, 500 to 4,000, 19 to 16. Nope, 19 to 16. Oh, okay, let's see this one. Safeguard 0, 0, 40, stop loss 0, and 100. So looking at the results is very helpful. It lets you understand what's going on, what's working, what isn't working. And I'm just giving you some of my thought process when I go through this. So the size should be gently going up because this is a risk percentage of, I think, 4 or 5, 3, 4, 5. So obviously you're going to see the take profit getting higher and higher because of the higher lot size that it does. The problem is I'm not seeing and two modifies. Two modifies means that either the break even or the trailing is working, and I'm not seeing it at all. So it's hitting either the take profit or the stop loss. And that is in the original settings. So it's either hitting a stop loss of 80 or take profit of 100. And anyways, so you would just be going through this, double checking everything until you find one that has correct stop loss settings, take profit settings, and has either a safeguard and pips working or a trailing stop and step working. And when you finally find one, and this is gonna take me a while, but when you finally find one that's working for you and everything, that means you have a good setup for Goldfinch Scalper or whatever you're running. Um, Usually these definitions here are pretty universal. So this kind of setup, these kinds of warnings and red flags would be something that you would be using on almost all of them. It's just common sense. The minimum and maximum time windows is common sense. And why do I have a 17 and 9? That's weird. I don't know why I have that. But anyways, that's why I'm doing re-optimization. Anyways, that's what I'm saying. These red flags would work for any EA you're optimizing, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and finish for today, and I'm gonna be doing a MACD take profit calibration or run through next. See this one right here, it opened up a sell. This is on the minute chart, so I'm not really worried about this movement right here. And it's expecting to go down, and this is for EU. I'm expecting EU to go up, so that's a little red flag for me, and it opened it up at 0.09. So that's a little red flag for me. It only did 0.09 because if my AJ finally opened up a an order today. Yes, sir. Let me just double check this. And AJ got me $28 today, so that's good on a buy order. EU for the Goldfinch scalper got me $6 today. All right, guys. So that's it for now, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'll see you on the MACD one.